This evening, my oldest son asked me, Dad, can we practice football? I really want to catch a football. I said, of course, why not? Let's go do it. So we go out into the backyard, grab this football, and I take it and I throw it to him. First one kind of bounces off his hands to the ground. He throws it back to me. Second one bounces off his shoulder, throws it back to me. And this goes on time after time, getting a little bit better, learning a little bit more each time until finally he catches it. And he's so happy, and I'm so happy. And I say, okay, we got to do it again. And we keep practicing. Same thing happens. Ball hits his hands. Sometimes it falls. The ball sometimes goes over him. Sometimes he moves in the wrong direction. But time and time again, he keeps trying. He keeps coming back. And he catches it one more time. Then we do 7 more tries. He catches another time. 5 more tries. He catches it another time. Until finally I said, you know what? We got 2 left. Let's see if we can do it. He missed the first one, but he caught the last one. And that's what he said. He goes, oh, I'm really getting it, Dad. And I go, you are. It really got me thinking about something. When we're young, we're willing to try out so many things. We want to learn things. We want to try new things. And we're willing to fail and fail and fail until we succeed. Something you hear all the time, whether it's online, you've read it in books, you've heard it on podcasts, you have to fail forward. And there's no truer way of seeing this than in children trying to learn something new. They're willing to fail forward until they finally do it. And my son made me realize that in many ways, sometimes I avoid that, just like I think a lot of people do. As we get older, especially now I'm seeing it, I'm 38. A lot of my friends, contemporaries, sometimes won't try something new because they either won't be good at it or they feel they're too old for it. You know, you hear it all the time, oh, I'm too old to do that. I'm too old to try that. I'm too old to try something new. And yet, is it really that we're too old to try something new? Or is it we just don't want to fail because we're afraid? And it's a very valid fear. I'm not knocking anyone if they're afraid to fail. I understand it. I'm afraid to fail too. I don't like it any more than anyone else. But if you think about it for a second, anything that you want to do in life, you're not going to be good the first time. I know I'm certainly not. I'm not good the first time, the 10th time, even the 100th time sometimes. I'm still terrible at it. And it's only if I keep trying something, keep doing it, that maybe I'll get okay at it. And I think that this happens a lot as we get older. We get so set in our ways. We don't want to try something new. We don't want to get outside of our comfort zone. But in reality, when we do that, sometimes that's what makes life that much sweeter, that much more enjoyable, that much more well-rounded. And I think we also find stories of people who are older, who try new things later in life, so much more inspiring. Whether it's a story of Samuel L. Jackson, who started acting later, or Colonel Sanders, who was going door to door selling fried chicken in the 60s. Even to my dad, who, I don't know how much he wants me to tell this story, but I will anyway. My dad didn't always have the best health, but when he got into his 50s, he really took his health seriously. He really focused on getting the medical procedures that he needed and losing weight. And he did, and he lost a lot of weight. And then all of a sudden, he decides that he wants to get into Taekwondo. You know, he always was really into martial arts. He had stopped it right before I was born. And it's something you could tell if you spend any amount of time with him that he really cared about, that he really liked. It's probably also one of the reasons why I'm so into merging different philosophies. He always kind of couched his advice in the form of philosophy, whether it was being one with yourself or learning who you really are. And you can always see these kind of glimpses and quotes that you would say. And around the age of 50, my dad got back into Taekwondo. Actually, he got Taekwondo for the first time. He had done Shotokan before that. But he got into Taekwondo, started as a white belt, and he kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going. And I remember going to his test for his black belt, being so incredibly proud of him. And now he's a 3rd degree black belt in his mid-60s, still doing it, still going. And if that doesn't prove that there's no reason as we get older that we can't try new things, we can't keep putting ourselves out there, then I don't know what is. I find it incredibly inspiring. You know, every time in life, we sometimes are like, oh, I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm not really going to be good at it. So what? Who cares? If you want to do it, go out and try. Just like my son wanted to practice football, knowing in the beginning he couldn't catch a football until toward the end he could. Or my dad, who now is a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo and is breaking boards. He broke concrete slabs. It was incredible. I have to be honest. I have the videos and I still watch them sometimes because I'm like, wow, that's my dad. But it's the truth. If you're willing to try something new, if you're willing to put yourself out there, the rewards can be great. And the only reason maybe you're not is because you're scared. We all are at times. But if you're not willing to try, all you're going to do is live with regret. I think we all have a little too much regret in our lives at times. So go out, try something new, and don't care what other people think. You're not there to impress them. You're there to make yourself proud. And that's all.